What up, it's your boy, the Truth 31. Hit like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And we are going to talk about a non-controversial topic. Talk about my boy, Zack Snyder, the man, the myth, the legend. You know I got to do it. And listen, this is not a video for me to convince you or to make you see the light. Look, if you don't like his movies, that's perfectly fine. We don't have to like everything. But Zack Snyder, here's why I think, my personal opinion and millions around the world, here's why I think Zack Snyder was not only the perfect choice to helm the DCEU, but the only person to helm the DCEU. Because Zack Snyder is, and I know this word gets thrown around a lot, but he is truly a visionary. The man knows how to make a film. The man knows how to create a visual film language that we really haven't seen from any director, past or present. I mean, the guy knows, he understands film. He understands how to tell a story through visuals. He's a visual director, and that's not a bad thing. I know people like to use that as like a crutch for him. It's like, oh, he just knows how to do visuals. Well, yeah, obviously he's a master at visuals. Probably the only director that I know that can create a painting on screen, a moving painting on screen. But he's telling a story through his visuals. That's what he excels at. And these comic book characters, these comic book icons, the DC universe is so iconic and so rich and has a sense of grandeur to it that Zack Snyder manages to capture on screen. Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, the upcoming Justice League. These films have a sense of grandeur to them that I've never seen in any comic book movie since the early 90s? Even the Marvel movies, and not to bash on Marvel, but you watch the movies and I don't get the sense of epicness. I don't get the sense of grandeur like I'm watching something that's never been done before. When I watch a Zack Snyder film, when I watch Man of Steel, when I watch Batman v Superman, there's this mythic quality to these films that hasn't been shown anywhere. And it's perfect for the DC because the DC are known for the gods, right? Their stories, the characters are larger than life. Batman, Wonder Woman, Superman, Flash, Aquaman, these are iconic characters. They have a mythic quality to them. They have a mythic essence to them. Their stories are beyond compare. They are rich, deep, complex. And that's what Zack Snyder does. I know people have had issues with, Zack Snyder deconstructing these characters. And I'm just like, at a loss for words. I'm just like, what are you talking about? Zack Snyder is just capturing the characters from the source material. Zack Snyder is not deconstructing anything. He's capturing the comic book essence. He's capturing the source material. These characters have been the same since their inception. These are deep, complex characters. Superman is a complex character. Batman is a complex character. Wonder Woman is a complex character, along with Flash, Aquaman, and so on and so on. That's what Zack Snyder is doing. He's adding or taking the complexity of these characters that we've seen in countless comic books and just putting them on screen. It's only deconstructing the characters in your point of view because you've never seen that in live action before. You've read it in comic books countless times. So when you see it on film for the first time, like Zack Snyder's doing, it's almost like a shell shock to you. It's like, what is happening? What is Zack Snyder doing? What is Zack Snyder doing? He's giving you what you want. He's honoring the source material. He's respecting the source material. What do you mean? Like, I don't understand what you mean by he's deconstructing the characters. He's honoring the characters. He's showing love to the characters. Zack Snyder understands these characters. They're not perfect superheroes. They never were. If you read a comic book in your entire life, you understand that these are deep, layered, complex characters. And Zack Snyder is doing deep, layered, complex character movies. These are character-driven movies first, superheroes second. There's a reason why it's called Man of Steel, the first Superman movie, because Zack Snyder is focusing on the man, the Clark Kent, his struggles, what he's going through. He's not this perfect Superman that we all know and love from the comics. Eventually, he's going to get there. And that's what Zack Snyder is doing. He's telling a story. He's building the story. Same with Batman in Batman v Superman. It's a story-driven movie. Zack Snyder could have easily given you Marvel's Avengers. Just quippy jokes, a lot of action, and then you'll forget about it the next day. But Zack Snyder, again, like I said, he understands the characters. He's delving deep into Bruce Wayne's psyche. What makes him Batman? Why is he doing this? Why is he killing? Does the means justify the ends? He's asking so many thoughtful questions in Batman v Superman that you've never seen before. And it takes balls to do that, to do what Zack Snyder's doing with Man of Steel and Batman v Superman. It's never been done before. Asking these questions. I take that back. It has been done before in comic books. Because Zack Snyder understands the mythic quality to these characters. He understands the psyche of these characters. He's doing what comic books and comic book creators have been doing for countless generations. He's just doing it on a larger than scale platform that's never been done before. It's not a shock to me when I see Man of Steel and Batman v Superman. Because I've read comic books. I understand what he's doing. He's honoring the source material. It's like the only mainstream director to actually do that, to actually respect the source material, to respect the comics. And I'm sure he's going to do the same thing with Justice League. Adding complexity, adding depth to the story, adding depth to the characters, because they deserve it. The DC characters are icons. No one is like the DC characters. Marvel, sorry, but no Marvel character is as iconic as Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Green Lantern, Cyborg. That's what Zack Snyder is doing. And that's why his fan base is so dedicated and loyal to the guy. Because we love the characters as much as he does. We understand that these characters are complex and have depth to them. They're not shallow. That's what Zack Snyder is doing. He's adding depth to the story, adding complexity to the characters. They're not this cookie cutter superheroes that you see on Saturday morning cartoons. That's not it. Sure, that's a part of it. If you want to do that, sure, have at it. But if you want to respect the source material, if you want to respect these characters, this is the way you do it. This is how Zack Snyder's doing it. And this whole, Zack Snyder is creating this dark universe. It's too dark. I don't know what that means. What does that mean, too dark? Is life too dark? At times, sure, absolutely. But there's also joy. There's also complexity to it. Life is not simple. Life is not black and white. Just like the comic books of DC comic books. Just like what Zack Snyder is doing. Not everything's black and white. The heroes aren't perfect. They make mistakes. They're flawed. That's why they are relatable. A Superman is not relatable. Yes, he is. A guy trying to do right in this world, trying to figure out his path in the world. What's more relatable than that? Bruce Wayne, same thing. A guy who feels small because of this alien god who can wipe out crime in a second while Batman's been sacrificing his life and teammates for 20 years trying to wipe out crime. How does that make him feel? And it's not only till the end where he manages to see Superman as human for the first time. These characters go through a lot. Wonder Woman, same thing, who left humanity because she was sick and tired of all the bullshit that we were doing with all the wars and killing. And it's not only until she returned to see these people, heroes, standing up for one another again and fighting alongside with each other and seeing that humanity is not gone. It's still worth fighting for. And I'm sure we're going to get the same depth and complexity. I love using that word, depth and complexity. I just love using that word. But I'm sure we're going to get the same thing with Flash and Cyborg, especially Cyborg in the upcoming Justice League. Zack Snyder is honoring the source material so damn well. He's giving these characters life and depth and making them relatable like they've always been in the comics. He's just putting it on screen for millions around the world to see who don't read comics. And each and every one of these audience members who see these movies, who love these movies, they can relate. They can relate to Superman. They can relate to Batman. They can relate to Flash, Cyborg, Wonder Woman, Aquaman. Outcasts who feel like they don't fit in. But they're not alone. They find each other. They find people like them and they unite. And they find their own family. That's what Zack Snyder is doing. The whole theme of Man of Steel is about fathers. The whole theme about Batman v Superman is about mothers. And the whole theme, I'm sure, about Justice League is going to be about family. So much heart and soul that Zack Snyder is putting in these movies. Again, they're not Marvel cookie cutter. No disrespect, but that's the difference between DC and Marvel. DC is Zack Snyder is putting real world issues and complexities to life on screen and how it applies to us around the world, to each and every single human being on this planet. And we can all relate with each character on screen. Isn't that the point? Isn't that why they're heroes? To see them struggle, fall, and then rise up? That's why we're making these movies, right? That's what Zack Snyder's doing. And he's killing it, and he's doing it with perfection. And that's why we love him. Truth out.